Light, you were in partnership with them, then you went to Modelo, now you're back in partnership with Bud Light. That suggests to me that Bud Light is improving.
Yeah, listen, if you consider yourself a patriot, you should be drinking gallons of Bud Light. Believe me when I tell you.
Wait. I should be boycotting Bud Light.
Gallons of
That right there is hilarious. No one should be drinking gallons of anything other than water. I know that's a silly statement, but that in and of itself is crazy. It reminds me when George Bush said, hey, to help save the economy, go buy a bunch of shit.
Bud Light. You should have Bud Light drums stacked up in your garage and drinking it right out of the keg. Take it from somebody who's in the know, who does business with beer companies. You are way more aligned with Bud Light than you are with any other beer company.
I mean, they didn't
It's a little hard sell-ish to me.
come into partnership with you by accident.
We had multiple bidders on the table. They were one of them. History has shown me with relationships that I've had with other beer companies, I, who consider myself a patriot, I don't go crazy over the whole patriot thing, but I consider myself a proud American. I'm happy.
I should say I have an immense amount of respect for Dana White, which is why my head is spinning at this announcement.
To be an American, I love this country, and you are way more aligned with Anheuser-Busch than you are with other beer companies. That I guarantee you.
Let's watch one more here.
Let's talk about one of your more recent battles, sponsorship, Bud Light.
So if I have made the decision to go with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light, there's a damn good fucking reason. I know the inner workings of the beer business better than any of the other these guys out, these fans and all this shit. And basically, they went after Anheuser-Busch for being woke and doing what they did. Obviously, I've laid out all the reasons on why.
Because they were going woke and doing what they did. And we'll talk about that in a moment. And they were trying to do what the globalists and WEF and BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard, which really is the World Economic Forum, wanted them to, right? They're being used as a tool for change.
I'm way more aligned with Anheuser-Busch than any other beer company out there. And for those of you that haven't heard, 65,000 Americans are employed by Anheuser-Busch, and a lot of them are vets. That alone should be enough reason. Number two, they spend almost $1 billion a year with U.S. farmers. That should be a reason to do it. All the stuff that they do for first responders and vets and $44 million spent over the last however many years for their families. Every time there's a natural disaster in America, they shut down the plant and turn it into a bottled water facility. And they've done something crazy like 100 million bottles that they've sent out to Americans in need. Give me a fucking break. I am way more aligned with Anheuser-Busch, so that's why I did that deal with them.
All right, I get it. They are historically an amazing company, let's be honest. I mean, but however, they did pull some dirty on us over the last few years. See, people that are awake and aware know what's up. These companies are basically being blackmailed and or incentivized with money. The companies and the CEOs blackmailed and or incentivized with big money coming out of BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street. They've told us what they're going to do. They've said that we will change your behavior, we will create social change, and we'll use companies in order to do it. This is why I'm a big believer in what Mark Moss talks about on his YouTube channel, which is we have to build parallel companies. They're trying to change behavior here. They're trying to change values. They're trying to change our principles ultimately. They're trying to change society and create cultural change. They are change agents, right? This is what they told us they were going to do. Now, I hope no one falls for this. And I'll be honest with you, we're going to talk about some numbers here in a moment, but I don't think it's going to work. And again, I have an immense amount of respect for Dana White. He's one of my heroes, one of the entrepreneurs that I look up to and the creators in the world that I look up to. He and the Fertitta brothers, they clearly created something awesome. I had the opportunity to hear him at the 10X seminar down in Vegas in 2020, right before the bullshit. And it was phenomenal. Like, again, he is one of my heroes. I think he's making a big mistake here. I think he and the UFC are making a big mistake. It says that the dollar amount of the brand deal is not announced, but it's UFC's largest sponsorship ever, surpassing 175 million from the crypto.com back in 2021. So clearly it's huge. Man, it's just, this is a big major play, but we really have to remember, I've got one other site I want to share with you here. Bud Light lost about 395 million, and I think that's last year, et cetera, when they started, playing the woke game. They pissed a lot of people off. They woke a lot of people up. But again, I am convinced, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below, but I am convinced this is a move by the global, I don't like to call them elite because they're not. They're just the people who have all of our money. And remember, it is our money. It is our money. They're trying to create social change with that. And it looks like that to me. We'll see as time goes on. I don't think it's going to work. I think there is too much negative perception of Bud Light. They pissed a lot of people off. And I think it's either going to go one of two ways. The UFC is going to pull Bud Light up, or Bud Light is going to pull the UFC down. That is the only two ways it's going to go, right? We'll see. Time will tell. My prediction is this is not going to be a good move for the UFC. Now, let's talk about what Dana White said at the end of that second video. I'm not questioning what he said, that if they employ vets and they invest a lot of money in America and they have all these positive benefits. However, as we all know, any company can be spun and any marketing can be said about a number of, you can put marketing any way you want it, right? I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. But like I say, I have serious reservations of this marriage here, this partnership, so to speak. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Again, I woke up this morning, I'll close with this, and when I found out about this, I felt, okay, this is definitely a bizarro parallel universe in which some bullshit, crazy shit is going on. Never in a million years would I have ever dreamed this would happen. You take one of the most successful businesses and brands in the history of America and marry it to one of the most, especially now, recent, in the toilet, in the dumpster brands in America. We will see what'll happen, but this is the war of ideas that I'm talking about that's happening, going on. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have an awesome day.